Hi everybody who's watching. I'm just trying to do this Let's Beat thing. Just my little spin-off take on the Let's Play videos that you may see on YouTube or Dailymotion or whatever you choose, Vidler. And we're just going to play this Mega Man X today because I love it and I haven't played it in so long. And I have been listening to the soundtrack a lot. And we're just gonna skip a whole bunch of stuff so you don't get to see everything, but it'll be plenty enough for you, I'm sure. And we are treated to this magical highway in the beginning with death wheels, because wheels have been made for death, and nipple blasting robots that shoot circular lasers. You don't see many circular lasers nowadays. They're all those single beam of light thingies, or small little beams at least. Not a single beam, I wouldn't say, for those would be very difficult to see. Or maybe not. I'm not an eye specialist. So, don't call me up and ask me what your corneas are up to. Giant beam machine. There are lots of, there's a big, overlap when it comes to insects and robots, I find. It seems that people that create robots, especially in the future, not so much now, but there are some now, believe me. There's a lot of overlap between people who create insects and people who create robots. I guess there's only one real person who creates insects, which are other insects, if you think about it. I made long work of those bee machines. It seems like a really difficult highway to drive upon, even if there was I'm sure this is somehow post-apocalyptic, or there's, I skipped over the story, but, I'm sure there's robots taking over, mavericks as they might be called, and some of them are giant frowny faces that fly at you. But even before that, you think this highway was easy to drive on with this perfect example right there. The guy just drives horizontally. If that was still there, it would be a wall there, And here, this is way too sharp of a... What is this thing? Is this just some random gas station or something, or electric charging station? I do not know. Don't ask me. But there's still lots of foliage in the future, and for some reason, payphones, because I guess cell phones didn't exist anymore. I gotta see this. I thought I was gonna blow up the other card. I am so depressed now, for it did not blow up, and this giant jet is very slow. So if you've played this before, you know that you can't beat this guy. You just have to get hit by him until you're almost dead, and then he'll shoot this ball at you, which will freeze you, and then something secret happens, and then you get to go on with the game. But for now, let's just, hurry up with the freezing already, buddy. Aw, he hugs me. You worthless piece of crap metal. Pajoom. I want what he's shooting. So, we'll see that guy later, I'm sure, in future episodes of the X series. And then you just have this really heartfelt talk, heart-to-heart with Zero, the super androgynous friend robot that you have there. And then you see X's social security number, which will be useful later. And then we'll start out with Chill Penguin. So for anyone who doesn't know about the X series, or even just the Mega Man series, you get to choose which robot bosses Chill Penguin. Which robot bosses you want to fight, in which order. And then They give you their stuff, like you basically rob them of their abilities, after which you can use them against the other robot bosses. And so, since some robot bosses are stronger, or the weapons you get are more useful against certain bosses, there's always a good order to do them in. This one's the best one to start at, just because, one, he's really easy to beat with this Mega Buster, which is the default weapon. And two, you get a bonus surprise halfway through the level. Bats, the scourge of the seven skies. There are bats in so many games. It's like, it's batty. One thing that's great about X, other than his stylish diaper, is just that he can climb the walls, which you can't do in the regular Mega Man games. And he's 16-bit. There's Dr. Light, or Dr. Wright, depending on what game you're in. And he's all yakety schmackety and give you this. Check out these nice boots I got for you, Mr. X. First name Mega, middle name Man. I'm gonna name my son Man if I have one. And you get to zoom all around now. His middle name will be Man. Steve Man. Secret last name guy. Because I don't not want everyone on the internet to know my last name is Rosenzweig. Because that would be terrible. So, don't think about what I just said. And we get the tuxedo, the super tuxedo, which can jump very high but cannot last very long. Not only because it gets beat up by some crazy Cyclops, but it cannot climb walls, so I will jump out. And there's stuff up there that I will get later, at another later date from today, because today is all about beating Chill Penguin. They have really terrible names for the robots in this series. I mean, and these are actually the good ones, because if you look at the Japanese names for them, they're even worse. They're like, I'll check it later, but it's like Chill Penguin or something. And this guy's not very tough. He basically has 4 attacks, 2 of which you've just seen, and 2 of which, well, there's 3, and there's number 4. And you can basically avoid all of them just by staying up here, but you want to get a blast in every once in a while. And maybe you just want to get smacked in the face a couple of times. It's nice. Like sometimes you're sleeping or something and you want to get whacked in the face, and because you're just all, why am I so awake? It's terrible. Or the opposite of awake. Maybe you're asleep when you're sleeping and not actually awake, like I said. And then you hear some fancy music, which means that you won the level forever. Unless, of course, you shut your game off right now and need to do it again. But then you get a magic thing that changes the color of your diaper. So now you've got blue, lighter blue underoos, and a no social security number. And so I guess that'll do it for the first one. And I hope this wasn't too terribly boring, because I have been known to not do this. Thanks for watching.